This is a Beyond the Badge with Vincent Hill Quick Fix on Radio Influence.
Speaking of the president and speaking of shootings, here's a staggering but true fact. In President Obama's hometown, which is about an hour away from Milwaukee, and I graduated high school in Milwaukee, but in the city of Chicago, since 2005, more young black men were shot and killed than the amount of soldiers killed in the war on terrorism in Iraq since 2005. Now, when you hear the word war, again, you think, grenades, helicopters, bombs, tanks, all of this stuff that you think. You see movies about it. It looks graphic. It looks horrific. You see war, right? You see it on the news, right? You see it. But in the president's hometown of Chicago, Illinois, more young black men have been shot and killed by black men than the amount of soldiers killed in Iraq. That, to me, is horrifying. That, to me, is something to protest against. Here's something that I'm going to say, and it's really probably going to piss a lot of people off, but I've always been known to step on toes. We have the Black Lives Matter movement, and they go around to each city, and they protest how Black Lives Matter and that white police officers are just the devil who just have it out for black men. Well, here's the thing. No one in recent history, since the civil rights era, really, no one in recent history has said that black lives don't matter. And I know there's people that are going to say, actions speak louder than words. But think about this. No one has said black lives don't matter other than the black community. Now, if you want to talk actions speak louder than words, look what happens in the black community. The day that Seville Smith got shot and killed in Milwaukee by a black police officer while he was fleeing with the stolen gun and pointing the gun at the police officer, that same day, nine shootings happened in the city of Milwaukee. Black on black. 5 of those people died. Now, who says black lives don't matter other than the black community? Here's another example. 3 people fled from the police in a stolen car. One decides to shoot at police. The officers, of course, return fire, meet deadly force with deadly force, not shooting in the leg, not pepper spray, not aspartame, not please sir, put the gun down. They responded with deadly force. That individual died, right? Well, on that same day, just 2 blocks down the road, a black man, 27-year-old, was shot and killed by another black man. The same day that people were questioning this police shooting in New Orleans of why they shot so many times and all of this other stuff. Now, keep in mind, it was a stolen car and it was a fleeing felon, and the police were justified in shooting him once he shot at them. In that same city, just down the street, just hours later, a black man killed another black man. Who says black lives don't matter? It's not the police departments in this country saying that. It's not Donald Trump saying that. It's not anyone in the Republican Party saying that. No one says black lives don't matter action-wise more than the black communities across this country. And it's been that way long before Michael Brown, long before Tamir Rice, Alton Sterling, Freddie Gray, and the list goes on. Because, let's be honest, did Seville Smith's life matter before he was shot and killed by police? No, it didn't. Because look what he did. He shot at someone last year. He intimidated witnesses. He sold drugs. He was in a gang. There's pictures of him with guns, throwing up gang signs. Did his life matter to the community of Milwaukee, Wisconsin that set the city on fire? Did it matter nationally? No, it didn't. And guess what? The person he shot at last year, his life didn't matter. So we can go around all day, every day, until the next decade and talk about how Black Lives Matter if and only if they're killed by police. And I guess I got to take the word white police out of that now, because look at Milwaukee. It was a black police officer, but everyone's in an uproar about Mr. Smith being shot by police. Now, had he been shot by the guy he shot last year as a retaliation, it wouldn't have made it past the local news at 10 o'clock at night when no one is even watching. Mark my words.
Beyond the Badge with Vincent Hill can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and RadioInfluence.com.